What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel again. We're at it again on today's episode. We're searching for that topwater bite again. In our last video, went out, got a few frogfish. The first frogfish of the 2020 season came on our GOOGANBAITS Frog, which is not a normal thing for me. I have to say, normally the frog fish that I'm getting, or the first fish that I'm getting, come on my absolute favorite frog. It's that river to sea frog. You guys have seen me throw it. I've lost or broke one. You've seen me retire it on Instagram. I have a few more in the box and in the tackle bag, but been really testing the GOOGANBAITS Frog. I was not a fan of it. If you've watched a few of my videos already, been throwing it for a little while now and really trying to get comfortable with it. I wasn't really a fan of it at the beginning. We lost one real quick in some of the heavier cover that we were fishing, where that other frog was coming through no problem. So wasn't impressed really by the Googan frog right off the bat. The first couple of times we went out, was not impressed. But after a little bit of testing, having it tied on for a little while, I didn't give up on it right away. I wanted to, but again, I want to make sure, one, if you guys are watching this content and you're going to go out and buy a frog based on what I'm saying, I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the right information. That river to sea frog, absolutely love it, so can't say anything negative about it. The Googan frog, in the beginning, I was very skeptical because I love my river to sea frog so much. So I didn't want to give you guys bad advice or bad info on the frog. So I'm testing it. I'm starting to come around to it, and I've gotten used to it. So it's definitely found its place, I think, in my arsenal. And I covered that in a previous video where it's, you know, kind of like a slop frog or a heavy matted vegetation kind of frog. Still going to do some testing, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to be going out and testing it on that heavy cover, that matted slop, or that thick pad of vegetation. Not necessarily lily pads, but that grass pad that's a little bit thicker that fish, you know, can still come up through and can still see that frog. Not something you might punch, but also not necessarily something that you wouldn't throw a frog on top of. So we're going to go do a little bit of that today. I have to go ahead and re-rig the frog because we've been crushing it on a couple of fish. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that frog off, re-rig it or re-tie it. Make sure we're good with a fresh knot on there, a Palomar knot. And then I'm going to take care of the wife's pole. She got herself a little knot in there. I'm going to take care of that. And then we're going to get out there and start fishing that frog and hunting that topwater bite. Maybe I might throw on a whopper plopper later today, depending on where we're at. I don't know yet, guys, so stick around. It's going to be a fun episode. Bass or bluegill? Bluegill. We have not found the bass yet here. What's with that? Oh, hold on. Still not where I wanted to go. Oh my god, there was a big one again. There was a big one. That was a big one. That was a big one. Oh, that was a big one, guys. Fudge in a basket. He missed it. All right. All right. I think that's why we're not seeing any little bass right here yet. I think there's a big one somewhere around here. Well, one, we've been fishing a lot over here, so they might have gotten wise, but two, it's a good spot over there for them because that's where that drain is. Oh, she's making a move. She's making a move, folks. The fish are a little bit more active now, so when it's feeding time, they're moving around a little bit more. They're not all clustered. My little quarter ounce. Well, I guess I could take that quarter ounce and did you see that? Oh my god, did you see that? How much more time did he need? I wasn't even paying attention. Oh. But I still swung on him afterwards too, like an idiot. Oh my god, that's the littlest bass I've ever seen. Get him in here. Come on, I want to get him on video. This is what I want for my home tank, right here. This little guy. Sorry, big mamas. Oh, he better hurry. That frog is coming. That frog is coming. Oh. Oh. Oh God. Oh God, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Now swing.
Oh my God. I got it. I got it.
No, I want to take a picture of my fish.
Oh. That was a fish again. Missing my frog for like the 150th time. Well, nothing's eating the craw, nothing ate the worm. Ah, you little... Alright guys, we made it to our first spot for the evening. Oh, you know what? It's a lot shallower here. They're taking a lot of water out of here. I can see bottom here now. Wow. It's crazy shallow here now. I don't think there's any fish in here for me. Oh. Was that a small bass? What the hell was that? Something nibbled at it. Wow, I can see bottom everywhere. There's one. There's one. There we go. I'll get out of your way so you can get in there. Alright guys, there's our first fish. Second cast. I've been here about 5 minutes. About a pounder. Ooh, look at, he's got a craw in his mouth. Water's got to be warm because this fish is nice and warm. There you go, buddy. Alright guys, so that first fish came on a lunker log. Green pumpkin, blue flake, 1/4 ounce, blue tungsten, flipping weight. He didn't have it good the first time. I knew he was in there. I felt him. Give it a couple of taps the first time. And second time I let him eat it a little bit more. I think the first time the current took it away from him. So we'll get back in there. Alright, we're both on the board at this spot, guys. That's a nice gill. Alright guys, we're in the wind, so sorry about the audio. It's going to be horrible. There's nothing I can do. I'm apologizing in advance. There's, like I said, there's nothing I can do about the audio, guys. So I'm going to flip the lunker log around a little bit, guys. And then I'll work the frog and some of this stuff, because that's really what we came here for. I'm just seeing if there's any fish up on any of this slower current. I can't believe that the other side is that low. I've never seen the bottom here the last few times I've been here. I mean, I've been here like, this is the 4th time I've been here, but that's really low. And there's tons of current out in front of us, guys, as you can see. All the grass is laid down there. So we got this current coming in, guys, and there's that little pocket of just semi-calm water that I just flipped into. I'll make a flip further in that. Well, I don't want to go right there, but you guys get the gist. I mean, there's a nice hole in there, and I just want to try and put my lunker log in. Nope, there's one. There's another one on the lunker log. There he is. See, guys, it's like I know what I'm talking about. Again, a chunky little fish. I mean, these guys are eating good in here. I mean, this is post-spawn in here, guys, I think. Unless this is a late spawning lake, which in that case, this might be fun to come back to. See if I can get this released. Ooh, took off like a rocket. But again, guys, lunker log, green pumpkin, blue flake. Like I said, guys, we have current on both sides of this little grass point that we have right out in front of us. And I know it's kind of hard to see and it's hard to hear with the wind. But what I was saying is I'm pitching into that calmer area of that point, so to speak, in the grass that the grass makes. And where that calmer water is, typically fish will just stage in there because it's easier for them to hang out in that stuff. And then when something comes by that they want to eat or they want to chase, they just dart out of there and grab it. And that is literally what that fish just did. I pitched a little bit outside of where I wanted to go, but he came out a little bit for it because he saw it. And you guys saw I've been pitching to that area a little bit already, and I just hadn't hit the right spot for that fish to come out and see it. We could be putting something together here, guys. I mean, the first fish came in the current because that was the only place for him to be, was in the current, especially in that little drop-off. Second one came just outside of the current in a little bit calmer pocket. As you move down this flat, this grass flat that's in front of us here, there's more calmer pockets. Now, as you move further, it's harder and harder to pitch to, but I'm going to do my best to kind of throw the lunker log into some of these areas and see if we can't put that together for you guys. I got the frog, so I'm hopeful that these guys are still active here on Topwater. This flat kind of broke apart a little bit. There's a lot more water in between this mat, in between this, you know, thicker vegetation that's in front of us. So it might be easier for these fish to come out and nail that frog. All right, guys, so we're switching it up. We tied on, or retied, our Googan frog. It's taken some damage. It's gotten 3-4 fish already for us, so it's putting in work, but it's definitely taken some damage from these fish. Like I said, this frog in this heavier stuff. Now, last time we were here, there wasn't as much water in between all this heavy cover, so I can actually work this frog fairly well through all of this stuff, and hopefully I can bring it by. Hey, there's a beaver or a muskrat or something over there. Do you see him? Bring it by a fish. Oh, there he is again. He popped up. See him? But hopefully bring it by a fish. There's a lot more chop than I would really want for this open stuff. I mean, you can see it's just taking this frog all over. When I'm in that heavier stuff, guys, I'm really twitching hard because what I want to do is make a lot of noise on top of the mat. And if I can move some water while I'm on that top heavy stuff, once I get to that open stuff, I can not twitch as much, be a little bit more gentle with the twitches to get the walk going. But on top of that heavy stuff, I want to make some commotion. That way those fish key in on that. And then in that open stuff, I want to move it just enough to get it to do some stuff. But what I'm also going to do is mix in some pauses so that these fish have a chance at it. Can really work a lot of this bank now. A lot of this mud and stuff that was wet a few days ago is really dried out, even though we got a little bit of rain. So see, guys, I was in that open stuff. I walked it a few times. Now I'm just letting it sit. I'll give it a twitch right at the line of where that water meets that heavy stuff, and then I'll bring it back on top. And then I'm constantly moving it while it's on top, making that commotion. And then when I get into the lighter stuff, I know it's hard for you guys to see and probably hard for you guys to hear with this wind, but in that lighter stuff, I'm twitching it a little bit more just to cause some commotion on the water. And then when I'm out here in the current, I'm just being really aggressive with it. I'm almost working it like a popping frog or like a popper, but it's always a gamble. Really got to make sure you got a good hook set in them. There's one on the frog again, guys. On the frog again, guys. I told you right where he was supposed to be. Woo! Gotta love us our topwater bites, guys. Woo! Can you say choke the frog? Look at that. We'll get a couple pictures. Get an Instagram story with this guy. There we go. All right, dude. Sorry for the... Ooh. Losing the shoes, guys. Losing the shoes. All right, we got him off, guys. Took us a little bit. But we're going to send him off over here, guys. Here we go. Woo! How about that? Oh, this would have been bad to step on. Look at this. All right, guys. So, to be honest with you guys, I don't even remember where the frog was when he smashed it. I'm pretty sure it was out over here. I'm really bad at remembering that kind of stuff. Because really, I just love seeing those blow-ups. All right, guys, so frogfish number 1 of today's trip. But fish number... Yeah, I got caught on that too. Fish number 3. Fish number 3 of the day. But first, frogfish. That guy was going nowhere. And again, guys, that was just one hook in him. So, like the river to sea frog, which I absolutely love, and you guys know I talk about it all the time. Like that river to sea frog, the hooks on this Googan frog are nice, because I think I'll have to go back and look at the pictures or the videos. I think all the Googan frog fish have been on one hook, and they've stayed pegged. They've come through some thick stuff. They've come through some light stuff. The point is I had to wrench them in for at least part of the fight. So for them to just stay pegged with one hook, that's a good credit. That's good credit to the hook on, like I said, that river to sea frog, but also this Googan frog. The only downside to this Googan frog that I still have is I do not like that it takes on water so much. But other than that, that's my only complaint so far on it. I know I was giving it a hard time in the beginning phases of me throwing it, but guys, that's just because I love my river to sea frog so much. I mean, you have to do a lot to convince me to give up that river to sea frog. And like I said in the intro, that is normally the only frog I have tied on. So kudos to this frog, kudos to Googan Baits on this one for pulling me from my beloved frog. But like I said, guys, my beloved frog doesn't do well in this kind of thick stuff. I mean, it's real thick. I mean, right here you can see in front of us just a little bit of it. This is what I would call scum. So that river to sea frog will come through all of this, and you see you got leaves and stuff like that in there. But that heavy matted stuff, I mean, that's all heavy matted grass over there that really, if you were on a boat, you'd be throwing a, probably a punch, a lighter punch, or, a heavier Texas rig through that stuff. So that river to sea frog is not a good heavy vegetation frog. It works good in the pads and submerged grass or floating grass, But on top of this stuff, it is not the best. And so far, this Googan frog is excelling in that compared to all the other ones that I've used. So it's found a place as my heavy cover or heavy slop type deal. Really impressed with it for that, guys. And it works well out in open water. I mean, I've got the hang of walking it fairly well. And I mean, you can give it a pretty wide walk, just like you can with that river to sea. But I don't know, guys, this there's definitely rain coming down back over there. I don't know, this might just scoot by us. I don't know, we're gonna have to watch it here.